My name's Steve Hollington. I've been diagnosed with stage 3 bowel cancer, and that was a diagnosis that was made with me having no symptoms. That was a diagnosis made in November last year, 2022. I turned 58. Normally you get these fit tests through the door at age 60, I believe, which is the poo on a stick test. And I was lucky enough to have got it on my 58th birthday, and I say lucky enough because of obviously subsequently they found it. It sat there for a few weeks before I did it, I have to confess, because I didn't see any urgency for it. I didn't know anything about bowel cancer, particularly when it turned up. I didn't know what it was, so after reading it I thought, okay, I'll send that off. So it sat there for a few weeks and eventually I sent it off. Got a letter back saying that they'd found some blood and wanted to do some further investigation. I work on cruise ships and I go away for a week or two here and there as a musician, guest entertainer, doing stuff on there. And when the colonoscopy date came through, I had a cruise booked, so I thought, well, I put it back a bit, the colonoscopy. Unfortunately, they found a couple of tumours, 3 centimetre and 1 centimetre. They did an immediate biopsy and marked it, tattooed it, something for potential surgery and this, that and the other. So, and then told me there and then after the colonoscopy that it very, very much looks like cancer, but they obviously need to just do the testing just to double check. And then a few days later I was told it was. I also had an MRI and CT scan pretty quick, within a couple of days of that, just to confirm everything. And yeah, that's what it was. So, and that was early November last year. And then I had a meeting with a consultant and the surgeon, and fortunately it was operable, because I was waiting on a call for a few days at that time to let me know whether it was operable or not. And that was a scary phone call to wait for, because obviously, well, it doesn't bear thinking about if it wasn't. I had the operation on the 9th of December. So I was a couple of weeks in hospital, and then I was home just a couple of days before Christmas. I think the 22nd of December I came out. So then a few weeks recovering from surgery to a level where I could start some chemotherapy, because they removed 18 lymph nodes with the section of bowel that was taken out, and 10 of them were positive. So that's why they recommended a 3-month course of chemotherapy. It was a 3-week cycle with PT 4 times, so 12 weeks. So the intravenous chemo in the hospital, and then followed by 2 weeks of medication, and then a week off, and then you start it all again. So I'm still just about getting over that. I've still got this peripheral neuropathy, I think it's called, in your hands and feet, and still got that funny taste in my mouth even a month on. But it isn't the most pleasant thing, chemotherapy. I have to say the 4th session I was like, I wouldn't like to do 6 months of this. I've kind of had enough now, thank you very much. But hopefully that's done the trick, and now I'm awaiting a stoma reversal, hopefully. I've had 2 checks on that. One was a contrast enema a few weeks ago, which was an x-ray where they put dye into your bowel to check there's no leaks from surgery, and then 2 days ago I had a flexible sigmoidoscopy, I believe it's called, which is similar to a colonoscopy, another camera check, but focusing on where they operated in my lower bowel near the rectum, and because it's quite low down. I was told before surgery that I may have to have a permanent stoma, but my surgeon said she would do her best, as indeed she did, to put a temporary one. I didn't, when she was explaining this, I was like, what's a stoma, sorry? Never heard of one. So until I was told I was having one. And then if that all goes according to plan, then that's kind of me done until obviously my first scan, which is 12 months after surgery, which in my case will be December. So just, it's the positive. I've been trying to really focus on being positive, because I've been told that by quite a few people who've kind of been through cancer of one form or another, that the positivity side of things is really important. There's no point in thinking the worst about things. So I'm just, obviously fingers crossed and all the rest of it, that the first scan will prove positive. But so far so good. Surgery, chemotherapy, both done. Just waiting on my reversal now for the stoma. If that goes all according to plan, then it's just a waiting game then to see how the scans go, and obviously just try and, be as healthy as I can in the meantime. I got married in May last year, and thinking about it now, I'm assuming I must have had the tumours then, but didn't realise it. I continuing to work on cruise ships, so blissfully unaware again of the fact that this was going on. And had I not done that poo on a stick fit test, I could still be blissfully unaware that I've got tumours growing inside. I think the main message, if I was to say anything, would be if you get a test through the door, and even if you've got no symptoms whatsoever, like myself, you've nothing to lose really. I've got 3 older brothers, and one of them is guilty of that. He's 10 years older than me, and he's thrown a few in the bin. He's never done one, but he said the next one that comes through he's going to do. I kind of think of it as a win-win situation. If chances are they're not going to find anything, so you've got peace of mind. If the worst case scenario like mine, well, at least then you know about it and you can do something about it. That early detection is the key, I think, for increasing your chances of obviously surviving something like this, and obviously the earlier you catch it, the more chance you've got of living a long natural life that you would otherwise have done. So yeah, that's it. That's my story. It's been a big learning curve. So like I say, I think I won the lottery when that box fell through the door, because without it then it doesn't bear thinking about. So very, very lucky to have done that test. So please do yours.